you want to stay sober. What's the secret to staying sober? So I worked in rehabs, treatment centers, 30 years. And I wrote a book, A Chance to Change. And in that book, it talks about how to stay sober. And I spent all that time in those treatment centers, and I decided to write a book. And what I did was said, well, I'm not going to talk to the patients about the book. I'm going to talk to all the workers who are all had a history of addiction, who all got sober. They were all the successful individuals. And I said, what's the common denominator that kept them clean? And I must have talked to over 100 people. That's how I wrote the book. I talked to 100 people with a history of addiction. And I said, what's the key component? And it boils down to this. That individual must take personal responsibility and ownership. For example, it's not the rehab's fault. It's not your mother's fault. It's not your father's fault. It's not work. It's not that you were born with some disability. It's that you chose to alter your mental state and get high. You have to own that. You have to come to a space in your mind where it's not about hiding it from someone. It's not about sneaking away and getting drunk for the weekend or doing a few bumps of coke here and there and you got away with it. You have a job. You're making money. You're successful. You're pretty. You're handsome, or whatever you think you are. People love you. Only you owns the addiction. Only you can change it. Only you picks it up. So you have to take ownership and realize it's nobody's fault that you use, not your money, not how you were born with any kind of different problems you may have. No, it comes down to looking in the mirror and say, you own this. You have this addiction, and the only person who is going to stop you from drinking is you. Now, that's the first part. The second part, you have to say, here's the key part. It has to be the two parts. You have to say to yourself, I'm done altering my mental state. I accept the way I am now without being high. It can't always be, I want to be someplace else. I want to be in an altered state. Because here's the problem. If you don't make that jump, you're saying, I'm not going to alter my mental state. You must say that, and you must live by it. What are you going to do? Start pounding coffee, drinking cigarettes, smoking marijuana, shooting steroids, compulsively gambling, sex addict, doing investing, or getting addicted to work, or getting involved with some supplement. I've seen it all. Did I name everyone? Oh, food, sugar. So you have to say, I'm not going to alter my mental state. I accept the way I am now, and I will deal with the world the way I am. Yeah. You need the support of an AA program, Alcoholics Anonymous, a 12-step program for support? Might you need a therapist? Might you need some medications? Might you need help of counseling in various ways in terms of family counseling, group counseling? Yeah, you might. But nothing will happen unless you say, I am solely responsible for my addiction. No one is responsible for me using except me. Hit that point and then go to step 2, which is I must decide never to alter my mental state. So you got to get those 2 points. That's a brief kind of in your face what you need to do. And if you don't do that, yeah, you might stop your alcohol, your Coke, your Oxys, your Xanny bars, and the next thing you know, you're at the gym shooting steroids. Or you're drinking 2 pots of coffee a day and smoking marijuana at night and pounding energy drinks all day. I've seen that one. Or the one who starts working ridiculous hours and can consume with money and shopping. I've seen that one. Or the one who gains like 50, 100 pounds because they just go crazy with the sugar. I've seen that one. I remember one time I walked into a rehab room. This woman, she stopped all the drugs. She was eating a 5-pound hunk of chocolate, gnawing on it. It was all over her face like a little kid. And I'm like, whoa. She was getting a buzz and she wasn't going to stop until she got that buzz. It's like a balloon. You squeeze it here, it comes out there. Chaotic relationships, gambling, sex, sugar, drugs, alcohol, steroids, weightlifting, bodybuilding, work, money, shopping. See how you must decide you're okay with you now. You don't need to alter you. Okay, thank you. So this book is A Chance to Change on Amazon.com. It's a big seller. In my mind, it's a top seller.